This past year, we've been helping to educate people on how to spot fake AI videos.
This is why we're all in trouble. look real to me.
We're changing it up. Bringing it back to the classics. We can't let that distract us from the eternal alien presence. We're not debunking AI, we're debunking ET.
Oh! We are here to once and for all prove that aliens are not only real, they're among us.
Which is why we have an email called debunks@colordigital for people to send us clips. And this episode is focused entirely on those clips that we've been sent. These clips, some of them have never seen the light of day. These are homegrown, organic UFO clips, and we're gonna take a look at these with our scrutinizing visual effects eyes.
Our email right now might have actual real evidence of aliens.
That's true. Are they among us? Let's find out.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
Since our last UFO debunking episode, there has been an ocean of fake AI-generated video hitting the internet, and the UFO community has been hit hard by this fakery. So now we have to ask the question, what if ET AI?
What if ET AI?
Let's find out. Whoa.
Is that Staryu?
Staryu!
Pokemon!
What do you guys think? Is this real?
Well, as much as I'd love it to be, I'm gonna say heck no.
And I can just tell immediately that this is AI.
The light looks so good though. Like it actually looks like a real light source. How the shadows from the trees and the plants actually move as it gets closer.
It does look good until it doesn't look good. If you watch the shadows and this thing moves around, it's giving the approximation of correct looking light. But the easiest thing to look at is the shadow at the base of the telephone pole. As that light moves, that shadow should be rotating around that base of the telephone pole, but it stays pointed the same direction the whole time.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
100%.
There's one other huge tell to this being an AI image, and that's when the security camera starts moving.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say the whole camera's actually moving on the door frame. I do like it from the perspective of like, it's just cool imagery. Like it's fun to look at, but yeah, this thing is, obviously it's AI.
Security cam footage or like Ring doorbell type footage is pretty widespread with AI video.
Yeah.
Debunked. Boom.
Oh, man.
We got sent this email. It's a red horizon pulse. Let's take a look at angle number one. Two angles. Multiple angles is the first indication that it would not be AI. But this is definitely AI.
You didn't even give me a chance to look at it.
I didn't even, you could tell within a second that it's
I wanna
AI.
look at it. Where's the lightning coming from? There's like little flashes of lightning from up above, but we're looking down at the clouds. Well, now there's an explosion.
Whoa!
Let's see the other angle. Is this a different angle or is this just?
It's a totally different thing.
Totally different
That's
thing.
a different, it's under the clouds now and it's a beam. It's a freaking beam, that's dumb.
So the number one most common tip for spotting AI video is it 10 to 15 seconds long? Because that's what all the services give you these days. But wait a minute, this clip is longer than 10 to 15 seconds. How are they making it longer than 15 seconds? This is a technique known as image to video. They take an image and they generate a video from that. And partway through this video and hits the end, they just take that last frame and continue feeding it.
Whoa!
That was
That's the
an
15-second mark.
cut.
So
That's the 15-second mark.
you guys
for
just
sure.
saw the part where they ran out of time and they fed in the last frame to be the first frame, and it starts a new video generated from that frame.
You can tell because it kind of looks like a jump cut.
Yeah.
But there's not really a jump cut happening.
Now I'm curious about the other one, because the other one was roughly the same duration. I'm guessing we have that same moment at 15 seconds where it's gonna kind of bug out a little bit.
Right here, boom,
Ooh,
there it is.
Yep, immediate slowdown on the explosion and then different action.
Yeah, it goes from, all right, here's some red fire, but if you take that as a still frame to prompt a new video, it's gonna be like, oh, big red fire, must be explosion.
Yeah. I love that he didn't react to the massive explosion in terms of framing at all. He didn't like even look at what that was. You know what I mean? Just like instantly go, oh shoot, nope.
Debunked. Well, I got a video clip for you that is not AI.
Really?
This is from a recent event where a UFO destroys 2 Russian missiles.
Oh.
Now y'all look at this. UFO freezes the missiles in the air.
Bop.
Whoa.
Bop. The mist. Uh-oh. Boom.
So, do you recognize this shot? Because I remember seeing this when it came out.
Yeah, these aren't UFOs. This is the actual anti-missile defense system in Israel trying to shoot down Iranian missiles coming in.
That's exactly it. So those aren't 2 Russian missiles, they're Israeli interceptors. So the reason why people are like, oh, it's UFOs, because we're kind of losing the context of where these are in 3D space. Kind of looks like they're flying across the sky. In reality, they're flying from the ground way up into the sky. And that other star we see coming from the right, it's not actually coming this way, it's coming from way up there and coming down. And these guys are coming up to meet it, and they try to explode near the rocket that's coming in, but they miss, and the rocket just keeps going. It's moving way too fast. And that's why it seems to accelerate towards the end. It's not an alien speeding away, it's just getting closer to the camera.
I've always been watching this knowing that the missile's coming in, but I just changed my point of view here to like imagining it's an alien running away from those and scooting across the sky. I see now why people would be seeing that, like, oh, the alien's waiting, oh, it got attacked, and then it runs away scared. But in reality, it's coming down towards us, now it's below the clouds, and then boom, it hits the ground there.
Yeah, it's perspective.
Yeah.
We know what we're looking at here because of the context of having seen other video clips. But if you just think of it in a purely 2D fashion, they're just moving across the sky.
Yeah, it looks completely static in the air there.
Debunked. When everybody says the UFO is real, what they mean is the UFO is real.
I got a funny story to tell you. Come with me. A while ago, I was in the middle of a video call, but then it kind of got boring. So what do? I go on YouTube and just start watching videos in the middle of the call. But what I don't realize though, is that I have a beautiful piece of art behind me with a clear, reflective piece of glass on it. You can see exactly what I'm looking at my screen. And so I sat there for a half hour. I was on Reddit, I was just looking at memes. I gotta change my ways. I have to take this down and replace it. Which is perfect because today's sponsor is Displate. If you're looking for some awesome art to hang, check out Displate because it's a sleek, matte, non-reflective finish on a piece of steel. They're a premium alternative to paper posters and canvas prints. They're made with extra durable steel that won't give away what's on your screen. The printing detail is super high and the colors are vibrant. Best of all, they're super easy to hang. You put a protective sticker on your wall to protect the paint, you slap the magnet over that, and boom, the plates go up on the wall. No holes, no power tools, no frustration. Best of all, these guys have a huge selection of art. We got Star Wars, Marvel, Call of Duty. There's over 2 million works of art in the Displate catalog, both original and licensed. And you can even send in your own to get your own custom prints. Displate is offering a huge selection of Star Wars displays right now as well. He's got the low ground, he's got the high ground. Perfect. I mean, the composition's amazing. So if you want your walls to match my drip, click the link in the description and use coupon code CORRIDOR for at least 26% off your own display art. May the 4th be with you. Back to bunking.
This submission comes from a dude named Joshua Murley who sent an email to us, as all of these were. He went on a trip with his dad to New Mexico, and while they were there on this trip, he saw something floating up in the sky, and he couldn't figure out what it was. Honestly, I'm not really sure what to think of it. Let's take a look. That's the object floating up in space right there. And his argument was that it's not moving with the wind. Like the clouds are moving, but it's not moving.
It could be a drone?
A drone wouldn't appear white like that. That's
Unless
like
it's
bright
catching...
white. It's catching the sun.
It'd have to be catching the sun.
It's illuminated. Like clouds are bright white like that because they're being illuminated internally from the sunlight.
I'm inclined to say this is a weather balloon. That's like the biggest cop-out.
It is, but it's also the biggest likelihood, unfortunately.
First and foremost, as we learned with Project Loon, there's different air currents in different parts of the atmosphere. So if it is a weather balloon, it could be moving differently from the clouds just by being at a different height.
I don't know if it's a weather balloon, but I do think it's a high altitude balloon of some sort. And that would explain why it's not moving as much, because it's so much further away, the parallax would create the illusion of no movement.
It says here that NASA runs its annual fall balloon campaign at Fort Sumner, New Mexico at that time. Either way, we're seeing a lot of balloon activity around that time.
I mean, it's a balloon. It's a balloon. It's a balloon. Debunked. Thanks, Joshua, for submitting that.
You guys are always pointing out balloons, but you're never pointing out what's inside the balloon.
So this footage comes to us from Colombia. This is a real UFO. I see a real spaceship here. Let's take a look.
Look at this. We found a UFO. That is a
UFO.
Let's go.
Sick. That's like traditional design.
Oh, dude, it's
They followed the traditional design.
yes, the most efficient shape for aliens.
Yeah. So, first off, AI?
No.
I'm not feeling AI on this.
No, me neither.
I don't think so.
But I know what this is.
Wait, don't say it.
It's an alien.
Thank you. Unless it's an alien. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say balloon again.
Feeling a little balloony.
I hate to say
Wait,
balloon.
what about the jet engine in the beginning of the shot?
So I know what this is, and it is not a balloon.
This is not a balloon? Is hot air involved? Am I looking at some hot air inside of fabric that legally wouldn't be a balloon, but is basically a balloon?
Actually, you're correct.
Yes! Yes!
It is not technically a balloon. It's a lantern.
Oh.
Yes, it's like one of those lanterns that they send up.
Yeah, they essentially use fire to heat up the air, and because that hotter air is more buoyant than the colder air around it, it floats upwards. Same exact principle as a hot air balloon. This is technically not a balloon.
What makes it not a balloon?
I consider a balloon to be a sealed container.
You said I consider. That's subjective. I'm looking for objectivity.
What defines a balloon? A balloon is a flexible bag made of rubber, latex, or other materials filled with gas such as helium or air.
Sealed at the neck.
Well, leave a comment down below on who you think is right. What is a balloon? Where do you stand? Whether or not it's a balloon or a lantern, this shot is debunked. This next clip is from Eli Smith. He sent us this weird line in the sky.
Saw a lion in the sky?
Yeah.
Flying lions?
The heck is that?
Oh, that's a weird line in the sky.
Is that a weird line in the sky?
I know what that is. It's a chemtrail.
There's giant weather modification systems, atmospheric terraforming, geoengineering.
I've heard of chemtrails before. What's the conspiracy theory around these?
So, Niko, chemtrails are what the government puts into the airplanes to disperse over all of us to control our thoughts.
And I don't like that you called it a conspiracy theory, by the way.
Yeah.
So people believe that the vapor trails of airplanes are actually chemicals being spread by those airplanes that somehow influence our thoughts.
And make the frogs gay.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay!
There's zero evidence supporting anything about the entire concept of chemtrails.
But how much chemicals would you even need to put in the air from that high up to even have any meaningful chemical get into you on the ground?
Like thousands of airplanes worth for a local area.
Look at me, I'm a gay frog!
I think what we're seeing here is perspective matchup with a contrail from an airplane that's going perfectly away from us, but it's so high up, it looks vertical. I've seen this with my own eyes before. It's a trippy sort of illusion.
I legitimately think that's what it is. I think it's a contrail as well. Contrail, for those who don't know, by the way, condensation trail. It's basically when like incredibly hot engine exhaust meets the moisture in really cold air at altitude. The soot particles inside of that exhaust serve as a condensation nuclei, basically a surface that interacts with the moisture on which it condenses and freezes into little like icy crystals that we see form in the sky as like a vapor, so to speak. But what's interesting about this one is it's dark. Why is it dark?
Because the sun's not hitting it.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, look at the clouds around it. It's the exact same color as the contrail because the sun is setting. Of course, the light is coming from behind, so it is self-shadowing. The interesting thing too, the fact that it just starts forming randomly. Why is it not all the way along the horizon?
Oh, because of the conditions of the atmosphere during that section.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be specific conditions in which contrails can form.
And it has to do with humidity.
Yeah.
So it's like usually you need high humidity for these to form. If it's really dry, it'll form but dissipate really quickly. Humidity is not consistent across the atmosphere, so you'll go through like literal like pockets of humidity.
And there's a bunch of, this phenomena having been witnessed. Yeah, nothing to worry about, Eli. It's just a contrail.
Debunked. So we have an example of a contrail across the sky, and then a star forms and disperses it. But this is also like a 2-minute clip, so I sped it up.
Whoa, it's burning it away.
This is kind of crazy.
So you can actually get rid of contrails by heating them up.
Interesting.
This feels a lot like visual effects.
I was wondering the same thing. Do you guys want to get a better view of this? Because I've stabilized the footage.
Oh, did you?
Notice we're not seeing any motion from the contrail. It's just dissolving away.
This does kind of look like a fractal noise transition.
That's what I was wondering. I think if this was to be a visual effect, he motion tracked the contrail, because I think it is real footage of a real contrail. He comped in a clean plate of the sky around it and faded out to have like a final sort of like it's all gone, and then used a combination of fractal noise and some masking, and increasing the contrast of the fractal noise pattern, because the fractal noise is gonna give you like this interesting pattern of white and black, and you can leverage that to make something else transparent where it's either white or black.
The thing that made me think this is a visual effect shot is the ending plate there with like the feathered edges of the cloud going to blue. It just, clouds don't do that. You know, there's edges to these clouds, so if there's an edge to the cloud, it'd be a hard edge like everywhere else it's a hard edge. It would just be a feathered transparency dip down to blue.
That's a
which is
really
what
good
you're
point.
seeing there.
It is cool how he or she approached it, and that it does look like it's eating the cloud. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just like fading out in areas. It feels like it's eating the density of the cloud.
Yeah, like the easy version of this, with a less skilled VFX artist doing this, it would just be a simple mask, and you would see a feathered edge just kind of creating this circular hole in the contrail there as it expands outwards.
Do you guys think he's using like an animated fractal noise? Like there's a little bit of motion in that noise pattern?
I think
because
so.
What I'm looking for is density being added back in as that noise pattern evolves. And in that bulbous area, I feel like there's a little section of density that arose and actually comes back a little bit. But do you see it? Do you see it?
Yep.
Because that would be indicative. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna be adding the vapor back in once it subtracts it. It doesn't make any sense.
The final thing that speaks to me that this is VFX is you watch the motion of that white dot, and you can see that Bezier smooth in and the Bezier smooth out. Zoop. So it feels like it's a two-dimensional animation. This is once again a very good UFO VFX shot.
Yeah.
Very, very well done.
In theory, this is possible. If there was some sort of spaceship that could emit a bunch of heat and melt the ice particles back to just regular water vapor, I don't know. But it would have to be a lot of heat, and you would be seeing a lot of other artifacts.
This is a good one. Bravo.
Yeah, we're
Debunked!
This next clip shook me to my core. This one's not for the faint of heart. All the things that we highlight as being indicators of it being fake are not present here. This has everything you could want. It's like, okay, what are some of the issues that you have with like traditional things that we watch on this couch?
It's clearly explained by being a balloon or
Right.
something like that. Or
Like,
fake
oh, it's super
footage.
grainy footage. Oh, we're not actually seeing like anything of substance. Roll the clip.
I am watching with my eyes so peeled open right now. Whoa. What's that?
Are they all looking at it?
That's kind of cool. Everybody's coming to look at it.
What the freaking heck is that, dude?
Hey, what's this guy doing?
You freaking... What?
What am I looking at? What? It's a little alien. Look at a little guy looking at us.
Guess what? He's gone.
Whoa!
Look at all the tracking markers on the ground. Did you see that? Seriously, what are those? Those are tracking markers.
Those are alien beads, dude.
Alien beads.
Yeah, how do you think they summoned the alien to that spot?
Ren, I was waiting for you to see those tracking markers. That's the only place where there's a CG character in contact with the ground, so you want as many points of, you know, contrast as you can. And I think back then, you know, you gotta drop something. Okay, they could be tracking markers, or they could be alien beads. We don't know for sure. You can write off a faraway UFO, you can maybe write off a gray somehow. I don't know how you would. But how the heck do you write off this?
Whoa! Oh no!
We're done.
You know, this is actually really pretty cool. I dig this. Whoever did this did a really good job of it, honestly.
Yeah. Whoever or whatever did this.
Once the little guy starts moving, you can feel the 3D animation. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's really cool to see a shot that has people in it, all with a coordinated reaction. Then of course by the end when you hit the big chrome spaceship and the light beam, it's clearly visual effects by that point. But it's really convincing in the opening.
But dude, I love it. We actually saw like a real hoax video. Like most of the time we're looking at stuff that people captured and it's real stuff, but we just don't know what it is.
Yeah, this is a high effort. This is good. This is good.
Debunked.
I have one tiny one I just want to toss in there. It might not even make the video.
Okay.
Dragons are real?
Okay, Dean just said dragons are real.
Dragons are real, okay.
Hey look, it's a lizard.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
What? Wow.
Look at that.
Where? He just burps fire.
All right, hold on. Click on his Instagram page. This guy does a lot of stuff. Oh, there's an AI one. There's an AI one. There's an AI one. Is there anything else that tells you this is AI?
Do you think it's an AI takeover? There's a moment, right?
Oh,
The zoom.
image to video. You're right. That's why it's so realistic. Because it's all real, and then boop, the motion stops.
Wow, the zoom
idea.
hides
Right with the
it.
zoom.
It even changes its posture at the same time.
Yeah.
Everything works a little different.
Yeah, oh, and the camera stops having the handheld look to it also. Look at the camera movement. It's so shaky, and now it's perfect.
Yeah.
They're there. The tells are still there. You just gotta look. Debunked.
Debunk. Everything we watched today was submitted to us, debunk@corridordigital.com. It's an email address that you can actually email to and we will read it.
We want your help to prove aliens are real. Send us irrefutable footage.
The fight continues, and we'll see you next time. As my hat's falling off.
Oh no. Ah, my brain!